During the interview of Rigathi Gachagwa by Yvonne Okwara, he badly exposed Speaker Wetangula in relation to his job as the Speaker in the National Assembly. And before we jump right into our deep analysis, I want you to go ahead and listen to him.
He started pursuing personal agenda. The housing levy was not part of our agenda of forcing people to pay taxes to build houses.
All right.
You know?
I want us to come back and we will go step by step and talk about the affordable housing levy for just a moment.
Yes.
And you talk about seeking to have a majority in the House to push government's agenda.
Yes.
That's all well and good. The Speaker of the Senate and the Speaker of the National Assembly, their role is not to push government agenda. Their role is to be arbiters.
Their work was to be good arbiters,
right,
to regulate debate, and to protect the independence of the institution.
How would they do that if they were former party members and if they got those positions as part of an agreement for bringing votes to this administration? How would they be neutral?
It behoves upon a speaker when he assumes that position. Justin Bidan Muturi was nominated by TNA to be speaker in 2013 and Jubilee in 2017. But that man had an impeccable record. You never saw him in a public rally doing empowerment and singing praise and worship to President Uhuru Kenyatta. Justin Muturi regulated debate and allowed everybody to speak. I'm sorry, Speaker Wetangula has become a youth winger for President Ruto. He attends empowerment meetings. He goes to sing praises to William Ruto in public meetings. Tell me a single day you saw Justin Muturi in a public rally supporting Uhuru Kenyatta or campaigning for him. What dignity spells out is that once you get the position of speaker, because you must come from somewhere, you can't come from the moon, you can't come from the air, you must come from somewhere. So when a political party nominates you and you are elected as speaker, once you have assumed that position as the Speaker of the National Assembly and the Senate, you now rise above, partisan politics and become the arbiter of that house, unregulated, undignified. I have seen Wetangula allowing me to be discussed in Parliament without somebody moving a substantive motion. And in Parliament you cannot discuss an individual unless you move a substantive motion. In that Parliament, Wetangula does not allow members who don't support William Ruto to speak. He is very selective. In fact, he has really eroded the dignity of the National Assembly. From 1963, we are the lowest in terms of the speaker. I have seen him in public rallies singing praise and worship to William Ruto. I have seen him doing harambes for women and youth. That is a problem, that the two speakers have refused to rise above partisan politics and play their role as speakers of those institutions.
In the political history of Kenya, political experts do say that Speaker Wetangula is the most unfit speaker Kenya has ever produced.
Tonight, I lined my bone on National Assembly Speaker Moses Masika Wetangula, the 8th and current Speaker of this august House. He first entered Parliament in 1992, nominated by the then ruling party, KANU. Papa Waroma, as he loves to call himself, has been in and out of this house for nearly 3 decades. That's enough experience to know that moral authority isn't given by title, it's earned by stature. But sadly, Mr. Speaker, you have refused to rise above the stature of an ordinary MP. Wetangula has chosen to drag the Speaker's chair down the trenches of partisan politics. In recent weeks, Wetangula has lowered the dignity of the office, dancing and making merry with MPs at endless empowerment parties, openly campaigning for President William Ruto's re-election. No, Mr. Speaker, you are out of order. Your demeanor must rise above petty politics. Instead, your decisions from that high chair are increasingly tainted, partisan and questionable. In Parliament today, Wetangula presides, but he no longer leads. Papa Waroma, there is a reason why you move with a motorcade. The reason roads are cleared for you. Your role is not to lord over MPs, but to guide them. But because you drink, dine, and dance with your charge, You cannot command them. You cannot discipline them. You cannot be the perfect prefect as you are supposed to be and as desired by our Constitution. And now the most damning part. By your own admission, you are presiding over a house stripped of integrity. On whose authority, Mr. Speaker, did you decide to become the judge and the jury? Who gave you the mandate to bury evidence of corruption with nothing more than a pep talk to suspected MPs? Mr. Wetangula, who made you the snake charmer? Who told you it was your role to decide which snakes bite and which one slithers away? By choosing to look the other way, you have admitted to shielding corruption. In that moment, you stripped the Speaker's office of its moral authority. A polite reminder, Mr. Speaker, in politics, silence in the face of graft is not neutrality, it is partnership. The Speaker is not just another MP, he is the referee. And what do we call a referee who sees fouls, hears the bribes, but keeps the whistles in his pocket? You are not neutral, not fair, not fit. Let's remind you of one fact, Mr. Speaker. You are not just any politician. You are the third in command. If the president and the deputy are absent, you stand in line to be the head of state. Well, Wetangula may not be fit to be the president, but the Speaker of the National Assembly must be fit to be the president. That is what the Constitution demands.
Now from that very clear confirmation, do you again, in any other way, doubt the allegations regarding Gachagwa is putting on Speaker Wetangula? Many Kenyans believe that Speaker Wetangula is not doing his work according to the Constitution, rather according to his wish and will. And again, regarding Gachagwa, also accused the Speaker of the Senate, Jeff Kingi, to be equally comparable to Moses Wetangula in terms of biasness. But here is the thing. Speaker Kingi does not showcase his biasness the same way Wetangula does. For Wetangula, he has taken it to a new another level. And do you again know that there are some speculations that have been appearing and also disappearing in relation to removal of Speaker Wetangula due to his unconstitutional activities within the National Assembly. So my question to you is this. Do you think Speaker Wetangula will survive the test until 2027 general elections? You can let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and let's catch up soon in our next video. Bye and take care.